Okay, so class, we will start our new lesson on your science. That is lesson number 4. Lesson 4, respiration in organism. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the respiratory system in animals, human, and also in a plant. Okay. Now, when we exercise or do some physical activity, we breathe faster. Do you know why? We will learn about respiration and the organs involved in carrying out this biological process in a living organism. So here it says that why do we breathe more? The thing is, when we do more exercise or do some physical activity, in that matter we breathe faster than normal breath. Okay, so we are going to learn what is the reason in the organs, okay, that carrying the process of living organism, that the organs involved in the respiration. We take in air and release air during breathing. So when we breathe, we take the air inside and after that we release outside. The taking in of air rich in oxygen into our body is called inhalation, and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide is called exhalation. Underline this. Taking air of oxygen that is inside our body is called as inhalation. Don't get confused. And giving out air in carbon dioxide is called exhalation. Don't get confused, okay? Taking the air inside, that is the oxygen, is called as inhalation, and releasing the air outside, that is called as carbon dioxide, is known as exhalation. Okay, next, inhalation and exhalation together is called breathing. Underline these two. Inhalation inside and exhalation outside, these two together are known as breathing. One breath is one inhalation plus one exhalation. So once you breathe and once you breathe out, the inhalation, that is plus one exhalation, which is true. In respiration, oxygen is used for the breakdown of food to release energy. Respiration has three phases: external respiration or breathing, internal respiration, that is carrying oxygen into the cells and carbon dioxide out of the cells through blood, and cellular respiration, that is breaking down of food in the cells to release energy. So there are three type of or three phases of respiration. Number one is external, second is internal, and the third one is cellular. Difference between respiration and breathing. So these are the difference between respiration and breathing. Respiration, there is release of energy at the end. There is no release of energy in breathing. Point 2, it is an intracellular process. It takes place inside the cells. 2, it is an extracellular process. Number 3, it is a biochemical process involving the breakdown of food. 3, it is a physical process involving inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so these are the two difference of respiration and breathing. Go through, okay? Now, respiratory system in animals. How animals respire, okay? Different animals have different organs that help them to respire. That means animals also respire through different parts. Some breathe through their skin, some breathe through their lungs and all, okay? So we'll go through that. Respiration in earthworm. As you all know, what is earthworm? Earthworms live in the soil. They get oxygen from the soil. Oxygen content in the soil is lesser compared to that of the atmosphere. So we, the human beings and some kind of animals, we breathe an air, and that air we get oxygen from the plants. But earthworm, they get oxygen from the soil, and this oxygen is less than the atmosphere, the air that we breathe. Okay. The earthworm fulfill its oxygen demands by breathing through their moist skin. So earthworm, they breathe through their skin. The walls of the skin facilitate gaseous exchange. The skin has a rich network of blood vessels. The blood flowing through these vessels transport the gases throughout the body. So in the earthworm, through the skin it breathes, so that oxygen, that air, it spread through the skin, and all those skins are the blood vessels of the earthworm. Through that it flows in all the vessels and transport the gases inside the body. Okay. This is the earthworm. You can see. These are some part you just go through. Now, respiration in cockroach. Cockroach have pores on their side. Pores mean a small kind of holes. Okay, they are called spiracles. So they breathe through the pore, which is called as spiracles. The air enters through the spiracles inside the holes, inside that pores. These pores are connected to a network of air tube called trachea, which carries the oxygen to different parts of the body. Oxygen is carried to specific cells, and carbon dioxide diffuses out through the trachea and exits through the spiracle. So here in the cockroach, the air enters in that spiracles, in that small pores, and once the small pores is connected to the tube, like a small kind of tube, it is inside the body of that, which is called as trachea, and once it enters in the trachea, it will carry the oxygen and flows into different parts of the body of that cockroach. Okay. Now, respiration in fishes live in water. They get oxygen which is dissolved in the water. Fishes have gills on both sides of the mouth. The gills have a rich supply of blood. The water containing dissolved oxygen enters the mouth. Oxygen is absorbed through the gills. Carbon dioxide, which is released through the opening in the gills, diffuses into the water. So fish, they breathe air through their gills. This is the gills, okay? We used to consider these gills as the air. So they breathe through the ears, through their gills, and these gills it supplies loads of blood, and through that water contained in this together, and it dissolves the oxygen and enter inside the mouth. Okay, and the carbon dioxide it released through the gills once it open the gills. Okay, now respiration in frog. Frogs are amphibians. Amphibians means animals which can live both on land and in water. Okay, frogs use their skin to respire when inside the water. They use their lungs for respiration when on land. Respiration through lungs is known as pulmonary respiration. Underline this. Respiration breathed through lung is known as pulmonary respiration. And respiration through skin is known as cutaneous respiration. Underline this. Respiration through skin is known as cutaneous respiration, and respiration through lungs is known as pulmonary respiration. Okay, so here frog, when they are inside the water, they breathe the air through their skin, and when they are on the land, they breathe the air through their lungs. Okay, when at rest or floating on water, that means when the frog is floating on the water, the frog takes in air through its nostrils into the buccal cavity. Gaseous exchange takes place through the lining of the buccal cavity. This method of respiration is known as buccal respirations. Okay, underline this too also. The gaseous exchange which take place through the lining of buccal cavity is called buccal respiration. Okay, next page. Respiratory system in human being. Now in human beings, when we inhale means when we breathe inside. Okay, air passes through our nostril, that is our nose, and enter the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, the air enter the trachea. From nasal cavity, it passes the air through the trachea. Okay, the trachea branches into two tubes. So trachea have two tubes, which is called as bronchi or bronchi. Okay, each bronchus enters a lung. So these two tubes, the air pass inside these two tubes and enters into our lungs. Inside the lungs, the bronchus is divided into smaller tubes called bronchioles. Okay, so in that tube creature, it enters and which known as bronchi, and when this enters into our lungs, again it makes a separate smaller tube which is called as bronchioles. Okay, now the bronchioles have tiny ear sacs called alveoli. Underline this. A tiny ear sac is called as alveoli. The wall of the alveoli are richly supplied with a network of capillaries. The exchange of gases takes place here. A pair of lungs is located in the chest cavity protected by the rib cage. So our lungs, you can see the diagram over here. You can see our lungs, it is located in the chest which is protected by our rib. Okay. A large muscular tissue called diaphragm is below the rib cage. The chest cavity is separated from the stomach and other digestive organs by this dome-shaped diaphragm. So these are some words, okay, the places where it located. You just go through. Now, mechanism of breathing. During inhalation, during the breathing, the diaphragm contracts and moves down. So the air moves up and down, okay? The rib cage moves upward and outward. So when we breathe, when we inhale, our rib cage, it moves upward and outward. The volume inside the chest cavity increase. The pressure inside it reduce. When the pressure inside the lungs reduce, the air from outside rushes into the lungs. During exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and moves up. The rib cage moves down inward. This reduces the volume within the chest cavity. The pressure inside the lungs increase, air is expelled. So when the volume of the air inside our chest increase, our pressure inside it reduce again, okay? Up down like that. Okay, so it reduces the volume in the chest and the pressure inside the lungs also increase, and air is expelled. Air spread through all the part of the body. The number of time a person breathes in a minute is called the breathing rate. Underline this. Number of time once a person breathes per minute is called as breathing rate. The breathing rate, it increases after a physical activity, means after your body work, okay? The breathing rate, it increases. As a result, more oxygen is supplied to our cells. This speeds up the breakdown of food, releasing more energy. Hence, we feel hungry when we undergo a physical activity. So the more we work, the more we inhale the oxygen, and that supply into all the parts of the cells in our body. And this, the more we breathe fast, the speed increase, okay? And it breaks down the food which is releasing the energy inside our body, and because of that, we feel hungry again. Now the activities we won't do, you just go through, okay, for the experiment. Now, exchange of gases, internal respiration, that means inside the respirations, okay, inside our body. The lungs contain millions of alveoli which provide a very large surface area for the exchange of gases. So in exchange of the gases, our lungs, it contains a millions of alveoli. Okay, each alveoli has a rich lining of capillaries. That means a small kind of line, okay? That is called capillaries. The exchange of gases take place between the alveoli of the lungs and the capillaries surrounding them. The oxygen in the air diffuses into the blood in the capillaries. The carbon dioxide present in the blood diffuses into the alveoli, which is then exhaled. Alveoli are the structural unit of the lungs. Underline this, capillaries. Exchange of gases in the surface area, okay, of our body is called capillaries. Underline this. This is the exchange of gases which take place, capillaries which take place, the gas between the alveoli and the lung, okay, and through this oxygen is diffused and it spread inside our blood, okay. So that's only this much we will do today. I want to give you homework, that is this. Recall and remember one word answer. Number 1 to 8. Do this as your homework. Whatever we have, I have explained, whatever we have discussed and tell you to underline, everything answer you will find over there. Okay? The rest we will continue in our next class.